nosotros Milo Ventimiglia. Ya está entrando un Milo, por favor. Hashtag Rescate Imposible y Ricky Whittle. Aquí está Milo Ventimiglia, yeah! Yes!
Okay. Hola, ¿cómo está usted? ¿Cómo está?
Welcome here. This is
Happy to be here. Ricky was filming with his glasses to get a point of view. I wasn't trying to be cool. It's a camera.
Cool, man.
It's my Apple camera.
You are very cool, man.
Me gustaría saber cómo fue la preparación para las escenas, porque todo fue en espacios muy cerrados, escenarios naturales, muy poca luz. ¿Cómo se prepararon para eso? Creo que Ricky ya tenía algo de experiencia con eso.
I think I'm good.
Oh, wow.
No. Did you get it?
Wow.
I didn't understand. Do you want to pick up after? I thought you were joking.
Wow.
No, I was gonna say,
he understood.
I've got a lot of friends that are Army Special Forces, so the preparation and coming to it was quite natural. Understanding, the job specificity of what Army Special Forces does and the silent professionals that they are. They don't talk about it. So there was a bit of a knowledge that I had coming to it, but then once we got there, the training that we got into, the preparation for the roles, because thank you very much, it felt very natural to move as we were. We just found teamwork. We were there supporting one another, working with one another. We had a Australian Special Forces who was taking us through a ton of technical proficiency with our weaponry, with our movements, with our drills, and he was making sure we looked the part. But even beyond that, we could just blend in as Army Special Forces, as operators. So, and then on top of it, there was a lot of physical preparation.
Godfather.
You were mentioning before some important names in the action history of cinema, like Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis,
Milo Ventimiglia.
of course.
Yeah.
But nowadays it seems, I'm not very sure, what do you think, if there are some new names of the new generations that they can follow the steps, because it seems that nowadays we are living just with superhero actions, with actors that they just aspiring for that. What can you tell me about the heroes or new heroes for action films?
I feel like the day of action, like real action movies that we all maybe, or a majority of us came up with Stallone, with Schwarzenegger, Willis. Like that was absolutely an era that may not be completely replicated. So I think we have to pivot and look in a new direction. There are a lot of superheroes, i.e. a lot of effects. I think the closest thing to it that I've seen recently is more of a Keanu Reeves, John Wick.
Yeah.
Like really doing some like physically demanding. Otherwise, I think in all of the superhero movies, there's an amazing stunt team, and amazing stunt men and women that do
Amazing special effects.
that make actors in front of the camera that are reading the lines look so badass.
Yeah, I agree. I feel, like I said before when we were talking about the story and building characters that you care about, I feel that there's a kind of, almost a little bit of a toxic masculinity where actors are afraid to look vulnerable. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone especially, I loved his characters, every single character that he played, because there was vulnerability there. He was always fighting for his daughter, his wife, or for someone that he loved. And whereas now I feel action is just action for the sake of action. And when someone if The Rock saves the day, Vin Diesel saves the day, it's like, cool, you saved the day, but it's not for anything really, Fast and Furious franchise, I loved it. The first movie, I cared about family. Because it was a dynamic between Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, and Michelle Rodriguez, and it was all these kind of beautiful dynamics, but real stunts. That's why I'll go back to James Bond, where I love watching James Bond because you have real stunt people doing real things. I think a lot of the special effects nowadays sometimes takes me out of a movie because I feel like I'm just watching a cartoon, an animation. So for me, I really respected Land of Bad, Rescate, Imposible, because of the stunt team that we have, because of the actors doing real stunts, real explosions, real falls, real jumps. And that's what I really respect about different actors that we do have now, in like Keanu Reeves, who is he's almost Olympic standard in shooting.
I was going to throw in Tom Cruise, who's the highest paid stuntman.
Oh my God, he's my idol. He's
incredible.
For me, he's number one, the absolute number one. Like, the fact that he's at his age and his whole career, he's just been constantly just bettering himself. That for me is the golden ticket right there. There's no one can touch that. The guy broke his ankle in a scene, and still climbed up the side of a building and walked past camera, and they kept that in the movie, which is crazy. So you got to appreciate that sort of commitment. But yeah, it's a very different time now. So will it go back to that? I don't know. I don't know. You want to. And you'll find nostalgic movies like this where I'll answer that.
Oh, God.
Is it Mom?
Yeah.
Well, you talked about these superheroes and these action flicks, Sylvester Stallone, Bruce Willis, but also I think you touched a little bit of a subject in the movie, which is about the technology and how war has changed even not only the aspect of war, but only the aspect of making superheroes or heroes in real life. So how do you feel about that when how it's represented in Badland? Land of Bad, sorry.
I mean, to talk on a larger global level, the genie's out of the box. It is what it is. You know, I think there's ways that technology can help us, and I think there's ways of technology that keeps us out of our human element. And I think we as people have the ability to know when it's time to just be a person and when it's time to let tech be tech. So that's kind of first. But secondarily, you know, tech in movies. Again, I think it's wonderful when applied correctly. You know.
Like, I hate high definition cameras now because I'm really sexy with low definition. Like, if you all like squint your eyes, I am so sexy. But if you come too close, but yeah, it's technology is very important, and it's come a long way, and when used in the right way, it's improved film, it's improved different industries, medicine, all this kind of stuff. But there does come a point where you stop interacting with life, you know, appreciate every single moment. Like, for me, this is a moment for me now, you know, to be working on this film with Milo, who I love and adore, in front of you beautiful people, my very first time in Mexico City. This is a beautiful moment that I can say on my deathbed, you know what, I killed it. Great movie, beautiful city with beautiful people.
And if anything ever goes wrong, I'm sure there's an AI version of Ricky that we can produce and we can put together.
I can make AI Rickies forever.
Yeah.
Let's start with the food, Mexico. I'm going back to Los Angeles, very heavy. Because the food is so good. I love Mexican food in Los Angeles. I didn't realize it's not Mexican food.
It is not.
I love Mexican food, and then I got here and I had the tacos, I had the churros, I had everything that I have in Los Angeles, and I'm like, I've been lied to. America is lying to me. The food here is beautiful. I love the spice, I love the food. You know, obviously I know a lot of the Mexicans who are over in Los Angeles. So you're just great people. So this, as a first experience in your country, I'm having a wonderful time. I really am enjoying myself.